Hey y'all, it's Jacqueline at Pixie Dust PhD. My main purpose of this channel is to take the Disney Vacation Club knowledge that I have gained and share it with you, hopefully in an easy and digestible manner. Now I know I do talk fast, but if you want to slow down the videos, you can do that in your YouTube player settings. And over the past 5 years of the channel, I think that we have covered a vast majority of Disney Vacation Club little weird intricacies and rules, but there notably is one I've never talked about. Specifically, that is the Disney Vacation Club Rule of 4, so we're going to go over that today. Before we dive into the Rule of 4, if you could do me a big favor and hit that thumbs up button to like the video and subscribe to the channel. You can then ring the bell icon to receive a notification whenever I upload new videos. These actions are free for you and help me out a ton. And if you're interested in supporting me outside of YouTube, a link to my Ko-fi is in the description below. Many thanks to my current Ko-fi monthly supporters. I really appreciate the extra boost. All right, officially, the Rule of 4 is that reservations must be made prior to the last 4 months of your use year for stays during that use year at the Disney Collection, but excluding Tokyo for whatever reason, and then also options offered through the Hotel Exchange. Putting this another way that makes a little bit more sense in my brain, it's that if you are a DVC member, you can't make a reservation and complete that stay within the last 4 months of that use year for these non-DVC destinations. You can stay during these last 4 months of your use year at these non-DVC destinations as long as you made the reservation prior to this 4-month window. And again, this applies to the Disney Collection as well as Hotel Exchange. Here is just a really quick snippet of some of the Disney Collection. You can look at the points charts online if you would like. And not pictured here, but I do believe an exchange of the Disney Collection does also encompass an exchange of your DVC points for a Disney Cruise Line experience. Now, I'm not actually going to go through a bunch of math here. That may be a separate video, but generally speaking, the rates for the Disney Collection are not great. So here is just one snippet. This is All-Star Sports, so a value hotel at Walt Disney World property. If you wanted to stay there instead of paying cash, you could go ahead and exchange your Disney Vacation Club points. But for example, taking a quick look here, and again, this is just a room at All-Star Sports, you're talking at least 11 points, maybe even upwards of 18. And that's a room that, depending on what specials are going on and the time of year and how far in advance you book, blah, 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 you can get that for $180 to $200. So really anything over about 10 points feels kind of icky to me. Some of these nightly point rates are comparable to or even more than staying, for example, in a studio at the Boardwalk or Old Key West or Saratoga Springs or Animal Kingdom Villas, like an actual Disney Vacation Club studio that comes with the deluxe resort experience and amenities. Personally, in my head, I'm like, why would I pay that same rate to stay at All-Star Sports when I could stay somewhere else? Like, I just personally would not encourage you to do this exchange, but if your points are going to be expiring and you don't want to deal with renting them out and you can't bank them or whatever it is, like, better to use them than lose them. But this is like a last resort to me, in my opinion. And obviously this is not exhaustive. This is just one example, but I just kind of wanted to set the baseline for you as to why maybe this rule doesn't matter a ton. If you're not planning on exchanging your points, then you're in the clear. And it's worth noting that a points exchange is not you just giving Disney your points, then you get the room. There is stuff going on in the back end. So when you are exchanging your DVC points for a hotel stay or a cruise line room or something like that, what's actually happening is DVC is then taking your points and moving that inventory out for cash and then using that cash to book your non-DVC thing. Put in another way, basically, DVC will take your points and get cash for that and then take that cash and send it over to the cruise line or the hotel resorts or whoever needs to get paid for you to get that room. It's not just you giving your points straight to the hotel or straight to the cruise line. They don't care about that, right? DVC's making a sale on the back end somewhere to get cash for that. And so put a pin in this thought. We will come back to this soon, but I also wanted to talk about use year a little bit in terms of Rule of 4. I see people get confused here a lot. For your given use year, you can bank your points into the next use year should you wish, but there is a deadline to do that. Specifically, if you want to bank your points into the next use year, you have to do that 4 months prior to the end of your current use year. Stated another way, you have the first 8 months of your use year to do whatever it is you want with your points, but then if you want to bank them during that last 4 months, you can't. So gotta hit that deadline earlier. And I've listed this table here for your convenience. I think you probably all already know about this part, but basically, yeah, if you have, for example, September use year, then you have to bank your points by April 30th if you want to bank them. Meaning of your current use year, there's May, June, July, and August. That's 4 months, right? Before you hit September, before you hit your use year, during that last 4 months, you can't bank your points. And so let's do a quick example with a June use year. Right now, we are within the June 2025 use year. That runs from June 1st, 2025, all the way to May 31st, 2026. The banking deadline then is 4 months before, right? So then you're talking January 31st, 2026. Again, then you would have February, March, April, and May. 4 months until you start your next use year. So similarly, the rule of 4 has this 4-month window. So January 31st, 2026 would be your last day, or you can think about it as the rule starts taking effect February 1st. Now, remembering that pin we put in about points exchange and combining that now with our information about the use year and banking deadline, how that interacts with rule 4, effectively, if I'm the company, I am posturing that this rule of 4 prevents you, a DVC member, from dumping a bunch of points onto me, Disney Vacation Club, and then not having enough time to sell them before the expiration. Now, the public, you and I, don't have data from Disney Vacation Club that necessarily backs that up, but I strongly think that is the implied thought process. Whether or not 4 months is the timeline that would be backed up by data is something that we will never know, but I don't think it's a coincidence that this 4-month time frame interacts with the banking deadline. And I just really want to reiterate that the Rule of 4 does not apply to standard Disney Vacation Club stays. So if you want to use your Disney Vacation Club points to stay at the Polynesian, or the villas at the Disneyland Hotel, or the DVC part of Aulani, or Vero Beach, or Bay Lake Tower, etc., you do not have to worry about the Rule of 4. Again, let's say you have that June use year. Let's pretend it's May 1st and you're looking to book, and wow, surprisingly, there is availability at the Boardwalk Villas for May 15th and 16th. You can absolutely just make that reservation and do that stay. Again, that would only be within 1 month before the end of your use year. Because you're doing it within DVC, all 365 days are available to you. But if you have that June use year and it's May 1st and you want to make a reservation and make a stay in this Disney collection, let's say you wanted to swap out your points to stay at Port Orleans French Quarter, you can't do that. And again, it's both the reservation and the stay. So you can stay within that last 4 months of your use year for one of these point exchange stays. You just would have had to make the reservation earlier. So extending this same example effectively, let's say in December, you were like, well, instead of banking my points, what I want to do is swap my points to stay at Port Orleans. In December, you can go ahead and make that reservation and stay in May. Again, you've got the June use year in this case. That's totally fine. You just can't both book and stay within that 4-month time frame. I hope that's clear. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below and I'll do my best to get back to you. If any of you have done this point exchange, I would really love to hear what the experience was like. What was your motivation? Again, it's something that I personally don't have experience with. I use my DVC points to stay at DVC, but you all are a wealth of knowledge and it's always good to hear from you. Additionally, if you have personal experience with any snafus regarding the Rule of 4, I would love to hear that story too. There are so many little intricacies to Disney Vacation Club, and some of the best way we can learn about it as a community is simply sharing with each other. Thank you again so much for watching. I really do appreciate your support of the channel. May the rest of your day be magical, and we'll see you real soon at Pixie Dust PhD.